All right. Hello, everyone in chat. Welcome in, especially that person I just banned in chat. That's okay, though. We're going to be playing. They should be back in a minute, hopefully. But we're going to be playing some Marlin today, but we have a very special deck list. We have the top 8 deck list from Calling Hamburg. So this is from, this is Giulio Monaco's Calling top 8 list, which is really cool. So the first Marlin to top 8, which is very exciting. And this is like,
specifically.
Or yeah, at a Calling. So very, very cool deck list. Very different than I think the kind of Carlin theory Marlin or like whatever we've been playing on the channel. Basically, like not a very aggressive list, like a lot more kind of defensive tools, which is really cool. So we are going to be playing this list today because I think it is very interesting. So I think let me try to give a little bit of background on the list because I think that there are like a lot of interesting like inclusions. I try to basically separate it out kind of into like a main board sideboard type of situation. I'm basing it off of Smioz's deck list. So I think they ran very similar deck lists during the event. I think Smioz basically kind of like main decks Tar Pit Trap. So we're kind of like doing a similar thing in this list as well. Basically treating like Tar Pit as like a pseudo yellow blue, which is like rough on the ratios as we know, but like kind of like similar to like kind of like the 36 blue list, but just like a little bit more flexibility, which is really interesting. But yeah, this list is really cool. Before I kind of like talk about the specific card choices, and again, I'm speculating here because obviously I am not the author of the list. The list is really interesting, and I think that the pilot also is a very good Marlin pilot as well. So I cannot speak to the inclusion or lack of inclusion basically of every single card in the list, but we're gonna try to attempt to theorize like how we basically arrived at this point. The person I banned in chat is back. Cool. Okay.
Clobbering me.
So to give some context, let me actually see if I can make this a little bit bigger for you all. To give some context, I wrote down the matchup notes, or I copied them over from Purple Chat. Can I not zoom in on this? Okay, maybe I can't zoom in on this. But anyways, basically, day one, we had Ryan RW, Arcane Acilio was a draw. We beat a Jarl Dio, lost to a Marionette, beat a Gonaflash Acilio, beat 2 Gravies. So very impressive spread here. I think the remarkable thing is that Gravies are still kind of bad at the Marlin matchup, which is not entirely surprising. Like, Gravies typically, like, they have to basically hedge for, like, 2 kind of variants of Marlin. Like, right, basically it's, like, the Fatigue Marlin versus, like, the non-Fatigue Marlin. I think if they board for, like, assuming that you're Fatigue Marlin, then the matchup gets, like, substantially worse for you, because I think that Gravy's Fatigue Pen tends to be a little bit better in the hands of a better pilot. But beating 2 Gravies is still really impressive. Like, I'm assuming that maybe the Gravies were trying to board into the aggressive plan and then got punished for it, but still really cool. And then we also, like, if you look at kind of, like, even just, like, the day one spread, beating Gonaflash Acilio is really impressive. I think this is, like, the kind of key reason why I think this list top 8 is, because if you look at, like, the Gonaflash Acilio, which I think was, like, probably one of the most represented decks at the event. I don't know if Arcane Acilio is actually, like, more represented or less represented, which is really cool. But I'm not sure which variant of Acilio was more popular that weekend. But based on this, it looks like Gonaflash is maybe a little bit more popular. Like, beating 3 Gonaflash Acilios is, like, very impressive. And that kind of goes back to, I think, what the core strategy of the deck is. So we'll kind of talk about that in a minute here. But also, we beat 2 Kasais, and then we also beat a Ziggy, which is really impressive as well. So, like, overall, very impressive results. Like, I think that this is, like, not necessarily a fluke. Like, this is, like, kind of a, like, strategy with the deck. I will say, like, the Marionette loss, I think, does make sense within the context of the deck. I think the deck is, like, a little bit softer to Marionette. But I think it, like, makes up for it in terms of being able to, like, fatigue Gonaflash Acilio and then also, like, beat Gravy and Kasai as well. Like, I think that this spread is kind of indicative of, like, what the deck is trying to do, which is really cool. Okay, but yeah, that's kind of like the matchup spread. So now that we have, like, that matchup spread in mind, let's go back to kind of the deck list here. So what you'll kind of notice about this deck list, also, let me go ahead and move. I don't actually know if Riches is necessarily sideboard. We'll probably, like, sideboard that as well. Maybe even Ataya is, like, not necessarily sideboard. So I think, like, this 56 is basically, like, kind of like the core main pile, basically. And then, like, we kind of take the last 4 cards, basically, from the remainder here. So I'm kind of going to base it off of, again, Smioz's deck list, because they both ran very similar deck lists during the weekend, and this one has, like, a little bit more sideboarding information. But, like, if we look at, like, let's say, like, the Marionette matchup, for instance, I think Smioz basically, like, boards a little bit differently here. Basically, we run, like, the Tar Pit Traps main deck, and then it looks like some mix of premeditates. Actually, this list is not basically on premeditate at all, so I'm assuming that we probably just bring in, like, some number of defense reactions here basically is like what kind of makes sense to me. Maybe like a Taya, maybe like take cover and shelter, something like that. But it's really cool. So like this list is trying to basically do a little bit more fatigue stuff, which is pretty neat. So the emergent strategy here, I think, is basically running Arcanite Skullcap into both forms of Acilio. So like going first, going second, just running Skullcap just because it allows you like AB3 on big arcane spells, right? And then also kind of gives you a little bit of blocking equity into like the Gone Flash Acilio. So like basically in the Gone Flash Acilio, what you're trying to do is basically like fold your entire hand over and over again. Just like put your entire hand in front of their hand until they eventually brick out. Which is kind of what we saw, I guess, in the top 8 game that I think we reviewed last Monday, I think. So yeah, like basically we're just trying to like straight fatigue Acilio, and then for the Arcade Acilio, I think you might have like a little bit of harder time fatiguing, but you can probably still get there, or at least get like partially there. So like having this like really cool Acilio plan, I think, is like what made this list top 8. Like beating like what was it, basically like 3 Acilios over the weekend, and then tying to or drawing to an Arcane Acilio, I think is like a very impressive, like maybe more impressive than just like the aggro plan to Acilio, because I think the aggro plan basically suffers from kind of like a lack of consistency, which is really interesting. But yeah, that's kind of like my main comments on the list. I think that there are also some interesting kind of inclusions in the sideboard. So we have like the little gravy fatigue package, which I think is pretty reasonable. And then we also have just like some sideboard D-Reacts. So I think boulder traps have also been kind of like a hot topic lately. Basically just like coming into like warriors and like heavy armor decks. So pretty cool to see. And I think this deck like does kind of diverge from the standard kind of like Marlynn chill, but I don't necessarily think that that's bad. I think that there's like a lot of intent behind the different choices here, right? Like a lot of these choices actually I think seem like pretty reasonable and kind of make sense. Let me go ahead and catch up with chat real quick. Is Marlynn bad against Arcane Acilio? Julie lost to 1 at top 8. Oh wait, was that the last? Oh, that might have been like the last Arcane. Okay, Arcane Acilio top 8. Maybe that's what this was. Was it Arcane Acilio or was it Gone Flash Acilio? I think this is right? I think it was like Arcane Acilio top 8. I think. So the problem with this deck, and I think one of the issues that you might run into if you are trying to like play this tech on Talishar, is I do think that the ratios are like fairly unforgiving in terms of like how many blues are in the deck, because like main decking Tar Pit Trap into certain matchups feels like just very, very awkward to me. But I guess it's like kind of eating the gold the tip slot. It's just like a little suspect, you know? So I think you have to kind of like definitely adjust to running Tar Pit Trap in the main deck, but it kind of fills a similar like yellow role to gold the tip, so maybe it's not bad. But I think what this list does typically like a little bit struggle into, or what it's sacrificing, is basically a little bit of the aggression. So you're like giving up on gold the tip, you're giving up on premeditate, so you have a lot less buffs in the deck to kind of like fully convert when you're ahead, which is a little rough. But that being said, like we do have like Tip the Barkeep, so you can maybe set up like the go wide turn or something like that. So it's not like it's like completely unsalvageable or whatever. Like I think this deck can still set up like really good offensive overlap. It's just like you're basically trading a lot of your offensive output, which might help into matchups like Arcane Acilio, right, for instance, for like defensive output, or basically like a being ability, right? So it's like a trade-off there basically. And I think that that's why like maybe we saw that we kind of struggled into Arcane Acilios while we kind of beat Gone Flash, because Gone Flash cycles through their deck a lot faster, whereas Arcane Acilio is like a little bit harder to just like block out and fatigue. If that makes sense for a question in chat. Dogboy Rocks asks, how do you think this list does against Huntsman? I feel like I hit at least one every armory. I think this deck is like fine. Like this deck is like probably pretty decent into Huntsman, to be honest. Like we're running Burdens of the Past, we have Tar Pit Trap, we have 4 block D-Reacts, we have Boulder Trap's probably not useful, but you maybe just bring. Hold on, let me see what like Smiaz is doing, because I imagine the game plan here is like fairly similar, like running 65, basically everything but the Pilfers, which I think makes sense. So yeah, basically just fat decking. Like I mean, the plan here seems like good enough, to be honest. Like it doesn't really feel like this list is necessarily like taking a hit to Huntsman. Like it seems like it's about as good as like a normal Marlynn list. So I think this list will like overall be like fine into Huntsman. I think like where this list will probably struggle is into kind of some of the top decks that I think we did see losses into. Like Marionette I think seems a little bit rougher, and then Arcane Acilio seems like it's a little bit more challenging. So you're making trade-offs here. You're basically getting a little bit of equity into you know, your Gone Flash Acilio, but you're trading it for losing a little bit into Arcane Acilio and losing a bit into Marionette. But I think that's like a reasonable trade-off if you think that Marionette's like on the decline. But yeah, with that out of the way, I think we're going to go ahead and try to get some games here. I do want to quickly mention a few things before we kind of get into the stream. So first things first, we do have our spoiler video tomorrow, and I will be revealing one additional... So for context, I guess, we've been talking in Purple Chat all day about trying to guess the spoiler card, and I've been giving little hints, or like little words basically from the spoiler card, and people have been speculating on what the card is. At the end of the stream, I'm going to be giving away one additional word, and I have a very exciting word picked out in mind. So if you want to get a little bit of a teaser for the spoiler video tomorrow, feel free to stop in. The spoiler video is at 12 p.m. tomorrow, so make sure to click the little notification icon if you have not already. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and just get into the games now, I think. But yeah, the spoiler video is really cool. Tegan's been working pretty hard on it, so I think it came out really nice. It is done. So yeah, that's very exciting. Also, probably going to be like a little bit of a shorter stream today. I kind of did like a super long stream on Monday, and I don't know if I fully recovered, so we might just try to do like an hour and a half or something like that. But I think this list is really fun. Absolute tease, I love it. All right, playing against a Katsu. They're gonna go first. We don't have Honing Hood in this list, which I also like really dislike, but you know, it is what it is. Dude, I think this list is just on Mono Dominion, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me just confirm. Like, if we go into Syndra... Okay, Syndra's running Mono Dominion. Sure, that's fine. Let's go ahead and bring in some gear. So we'll bring in, like, the take covers. Probably just shelters, run a clean 60. Try it like this. Again, I do not take ownership of all of these sideboards, or, like, all of the... sideboarding or whatever. Like, I might not sideboard exactly like the pilot, but we can at least do our kind of best guess here to kind of figure it out. The funny thing is we actually start the game with a Honing Hood here, which is kind of exciting. I think we'll go ahead and say no block on the first Kodachi, and then I do want to like take cover here and kind of just see what they do. Hello. Oh, wait, is this Giulio? Wait, are you Giulio from the top 8? Is this the same Giulio in chat? Hold on. That's very exciting. Are you a different Giulio?
I think it's Julio.
Or sorry, Julio.
I name is spelled.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Or no, I think it's the name is spelled differently. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. You're a different Julio, I believe.
No, he's Italian.
Oh, Brazilian Julio. Sorry. My bad. Yeah, sorry. It's been a long day. My pronunciation is terrible, probably at this point. No. The man, the myth, the legend, I think is probably asleep right now. It's actually pronounced the same in Portuguese, but it's fine. Oh yeah, sorry. That's my bad. All right, we'll try to get some blocks in here. Sorry, it's been a long day. My pronunciation is like totally off. We will just attempt to block out here. The take cover in the opening hand is actually kind of nuts. Oh, sorry, I'm also on the wrong screen. Hold on, let me go to this screen. This screen's a little bit better. Ooh, we just got to start with the cheating. And then, like, Arsenal Tar Pit here. I think we can probably even just afford a hook and do a unknown Katsu. Seems fine. Yeah, but I apologize, Julio in chat. I think I'm like really bad at saying that name for some reason that I'm just now discovering. Okay, we have Tempest Palm, Whelming. I think we just take the Tempest Palm because they don't have Whelming face up. Sadly, I won't be the first Julio to top 8 calling at Marlynn. You can be the second, though. I believe in you. Alright, let's go ahead and just take the Tempest Palm there. And we're starting the game with 4 gold, which is kind of nuts. And we also just have a Tar Pit Trap for next turn. But we have 2 Tar Pit Traps. Feels pretty good. Also, I hope I said the name correctly the first time, but the pilot of the deck list, his name is Giulio as well. I don't know if I said that right earlier, but I hope I did. You actually just like double Tar Pit here, which is kind of funny. I guess the funny thing is like they already have the card they kind of want to tutor for anyways. So maybe we just like let them Tatsu here. I don't think it actually is impactful. We can like tarpet the whelming after this, if we want to.
I feel like this deck kind of stomps Katsu a bit.
Yeah, I think that's kind of just a feature of Marlynn. But that being said, we did get the kind of solid opener of just like having the take cover. Oh wow, they're popping links as well. Crazy. Oh, they just want to dishonor. Do they want to discard whelming? Get okay, they do want to discard whelming. Sure. Interesting. Let's fix our tarpet. Like, how are they giving this go again though? I guess is the question. Or I guess they're gonna have to like break the chain at some point here, because they can get the dishonor on hit, but we don't have to, you know what I mean? Like they can't play dishonor immediately after bonds unless the bonds basically does nothing, right?
We can pop freezies.
They could pop breezies, but I feel like that's just bad. If I change my Nate to Nate, Aurora, or Julio, will I play better? Potentially. Oh, they're getting like a blue 100? Okay, I have no idea what's going on here. I think we just pass. They still have one floating for the Shuriken, but I don't think we actually care about that. It's kind of interesting.
By the way, that was one of our spoiler cards.
What was one of our spoiler cards?
Wing Cutter.
Oh, Windcutter, that is true. I'm kind of curious to see if they try to Breeze Rider this. I guess they're not going to be able to Breeze Rider. I don't know. This doesn't necessarily make sense. Interesting. Oh, that your full, like your final form, your full name. Okay, yes, that works. I think that would actually make you play better. Alright, let's go ahead and crack gold and just like probably try to fire off a Redfin here. I wonder if I was actually supposed to keep the Tarpit trap there, because Tarpit is kind of broken into Katsu. Probably. I think this is still like fine though. I'm also just gonna like aggro hook this because I don't think they're on D-Reacts. If they do punish me with a D-React, that's unfortunate, but I think the tempo win here is kind of still worth it. Probably correct to hold the Tarpit there, though. Tarpit is a pretty good arsenal. I don't feel like you necessarily like need it though into Katsu. You can kind of just steamroll Katsu even without the Tarpits. Ooh, we have an option here. I think the correct choice is just take the descending because the rest of their hand is kind of stinky. Pretty good couple hands here though. I will say, when I think this deck churns, like it feels like it does churn just very, very efficiently. But yeah, I'm glad we get to play this list. This list is, I think, really different from our like current understanding of Katsu, so which I think is really cool.
Marlynn, you mean?
Or sorry, yes, I'm Marlynn. We are playing Marlynn. They are playing Katsu. My brain obviously still fried. Alright, they have a Crouching Tiger, now what? I guess we're gonna find out. I could have considered like giving Hook there, but I don't feel like we necessarily need to. And this can only buff cards with combo. But I guess they do have the Empowerment. I guess I'll like stop whatever it is they draw. This is like kind of a weird block, but kind of not. Because you do know about the Empowerment kind of face up here. Okay, let's go ahead and start drawing some cards here. We're probably going to crack a decent bit of gold, but the one punishing part about this deck is that cracking gold is a little bit riskier. Let's go ahead and crack Tunic here to just see if we can hit a blue. Okay, no blue, but that's okay. We play Trophy Shot out. That means we have one floating. We draw ideally a blue. If we don't, then we're kind of screwed. So I don't think we can even afford to do that. I think the answer is we're cracking gold trying to find blue here. Okay, that works. So now we can do... Oh, I guess the one down... I could have probably just pitched the shelter here. I don't think I actually need to crack gold there. That's fine, though. I think I wanted to, like, IP with the shelter. Or I was thinking, like, I wanted to Arsenal a shelter, but we already have the King Shark that I kind of want to Arsenal anyways. So this is, like, kind of ends up being fine.
That deck runs shelter.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
This is a weird deck.
It is a weird deck. It was only for the Shuriken, I think. Oh, like, that's why they did the Tiger Eye Reflex? That makes sense. I think that's reasonable. Alright, no reds in the hand, but their hand is kind of stinky, so this is fine. Go back up to 4 golds. I shouldn't have probably IP'd with this, but that's fine. We are still learning the play patterns of the deck, so it's a little challenging. I think we're just going to try to hold the shelter, Arsenal the Codex here. Don't see any real reason to start cracking gold. Alright, Tempest Palm, Gust Wave. We know they have the Empowerment in the yard, so they can basically buff this however much they want. I think we just say this is hitting. I don't think we have, like, a real way to stop this. Unless we wanted to, like, block Codex. It's kind of interesting. Could have, like, blocked Codex, blocked Shelter, or something like that. We could just, like, force the Shelter here, or, like, force them to use a Shuriken, but I don't even know if that's necessarily worth it. Let's go ahead and just see what they do. Might try to set up some kind of, like, Dishonor line where we have to, like, block it out or something. We might not even necessarily care about getting Dishonored, though. Not with how fast the game is going to probably end here. Alright, discarding a Whelming, probably getting a Bonds. And the hope here is maybe that we can't double Bonds, but we'll see. We will see. Alright, what is Bonds getting here? Okay, Bonds gets Fluster, sure. Take 4, go down to 12. Send Shark, Arsenal Codex. Block a bit more next turn. Seems okay. Don't think there's a super compelling reason to try to block the Bonds here. We might as well just try to block the Fluster. But I am still scared of triple Shuriken. I maybe probably should have spent a little bit more time trying to figure out how to get the Shurikens under control. But this still kind of works out. Could theoretically even just try to go for lethal here. With Rabble, potentially try to fish for a buff. I feel like we have gold, we might as well just crack and use it here. It can get a little sus depending on what we hit, but we could also just win the game if we draw like catch. I think I'm going to go down to 0 gold here. Okay, not really rewarded, but that's fine. If we drew an extra blue here, we could have actually gone like catch, double pitch here. And one thing I will say is I think that I maybe was a little too aggressive actually in cracking gold here. I think this still like kind of works out though, because we kind of get a functional time walk here. Or we should be basically getting a functional time walk. I think it was still worth going for there probably. Like, I think the chances of hitting blue there are still like pretty reasonable, but you do have to kind of adjust to the ratios a little bit more here. You can't just like crack gold, I think, as like willy-nilly with this deck, because there are just like absolute bricks, right? Like our defense reactions are bricks, right? So if we ever draw one of those, then that like bricks our entire turn basically. Okay, what do we got here? So I think we leave them with the Bonds, take the Descendant, and then we take probably the Pickup. His pickup, or I guess pickup doesn't have combo, so they cannot shuriken it. Very, very aggressive. I like the crack gold, I think, a lot more than maybe Julio does. But that's like fun. Like it's a different play style, right? I think that still like ended up being like a fine turn for us. Like that's a point where I want to be very aggressive with the catch of the day, because the catch of the day represents another card gone from hand, right? But I think this deck will like kind of punish you for trying to be aggressive, right? That's kind of like the main downside, is that you do have like these effectively like cracked baubles, right? Okay, it looks like we took the right cards because they have retrace with pickup and bond, so the hand's basically non-functional. So I think that like decision was still kind of worth it, and we also got our mastery 4 apparently, so very exciting. But yeah, like the deck works. Like it plays very differently from like a kind of like standard Marlin build. Like you can't be as aggressive, but I think it does kind of pay off, right? Like it's a different trade-off, which is really cool. All right, let's see if we can fire up another one here. But yeah, I like this list. It like a lot of the cards do make sense, especially just like for the meta that it's trying to target. Like it's a very like there's nothing that here that's like super far outside the realm, other than just like main deck tar pit trap and then the D reacts on the sideboard are like the only thing that's like super weird. But like other than that, it basically plays like pretty normal to what we know on the channel. This is like the good old Marlin average game. I think that's like a good way to phrase it. It's like it just feels like every game is like an average Marlin game. Like you're not trying to set up any like crazy like 20 damage harpoons, because like if you look at it, we're trying to set. We have how many buffs in the deck? We have cheating, catch of the day, trophy shot, and that's basically it. So it's basically just like all small harpoons. Like you don't have the way to capitalize off a ton of like gold, right? But you do just have like a lot more consistency and a lot more like blocking equity, which I think is like the trade-off. So it's not as aggressive as I typically try to play, but I think it's like that's like the compromise you're making, right? Is you tend to get a little bit more block value. Let me see if I can like join someone else's game. Maybe the queues are a little. Let's see if we can join Olympia. I know people have been requesting for more warrior matchups, and who doesn't love a good warrior matchup? So Fun's gonna go first. What do we want in this matchup? I think this is like a D react matchup, right? So bring in the take covers, bring in the shelters, bring in the boulder trap. Battering bolt seems fine. If I recall correctly, this is supposed to be like a fatigue matchup. Hold on. Let me give them a thinking. So what are we doing here? Warriors. 62 with Ataya. No pilfers, no endless. Let's try to run something like a little bit like this. We could even consider bringing the riches, but I don't necessarily think that's super needed. Let's run Dominion for this as well. Oh, we probably shouldn't be running Enchanted Quiver. That's my bad. Oopsie. Hopefully it won't matter, but we will see. Oh, they're on Decimator, lol. That Quiver probably would have been pretty useful. Interesting.
Ugh, Decimator.
Do we want to play a Decimator game on stream? I feel like we're going to be here like 50 minutes, and I'd kind of rather just like...
Go do something else.
I'm going to go do something else, I think. Not that I don't want to showcase Decimator, but I think it's like kind of boring in terms of like showing off this deck. I don't know, chat. What do we think? Yay or nay?
I'm telling you right now. You
All right, Tegan's vetoing me.
I mean,
All right, I am not scared, but I don't want to bore you all to death.
It's one of those games. I'll put it this way: it's a game that I would cut if this were video.
It's definitely like winnable. We can win that game after 50 minutes. The only question is like, do we want to play a 50-minute game to like showcase like what is I think a very cool deck list? I don't know. The game's like that matchup is like totally winnable. But that being said, I did bring in the wrong quiver, so maybe it's a little harder. But yeah, I think we could probably win with like 60. Well, what were we running, like 64, 65? I think that's totally doable. It's more so just a matter of like we're gonna be there for the next hour. Oh god. Good old Decimator. I hate DGA, but I want to see how it plays out. But I'm here for a good time. I'm also here for a good time. Let's try to have a good time.
It's just a thing of time, right?
Yeah, like I could go like okay. So here's actually like okay. The Huntsman I think is a little bit more reasonable. Although that being said, this is basically the same matchup.
Don't forget your quiver.
I will not forget my quiver. They're gonna go first, which is pretty rough because we're not starting with Honing Hood, but whatever. So this is a fat deck matchup for sure. I think we run like 2 endless. Is that what we were saying? It was me. It was like 1 endless, like 1 endless, 1 battering. This looks vaguely right. But let's try it like this. What is Smiaz also running into Huntsman? Hold on. Okay, it's Crown of Dominion. Cool. Let's do 66.
I feel like it'll be a 40-minute snooze and starts picking up and getting exciting in the last 10 minutes.
Is that what someone said in chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Oh, let me hold on. Oh, did it log me out? Hold on. Streamer mode. All right, we don't get to play with the playmat right now, but this is still fine. Okay, sure. Let me also see if I can like mirror the board. Kind of annoying.
Yeah, you and I have talked about it a number of times where, because you like to play games out for the most part, and then like
yeah,
the recording session for a video will take a very long time, and it'll be like one person playing DGA or some like horrific fatigue deck, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna cut that game because it's too long and disrupts the flow.
yeah. I think in general, I'm like not scared of playing into fatigue, but it is like from a content perspective, diminishing returns. I feel like Huntsman's at least a more engaging fatigue deck because you have to like think about the on hits a little bit more. Oh, and take cover in the opener is kind of disgusting again, by the way. Okay, what do we want to do here? So, one thing to keep in mind in the Huntsman matchup is playing Portside Exchange is a little bit of a risk, given that it is basically going -1 card in deck for questionable value. But I think I'm still going to play it here because I think it's worth it to get the extra threat of the starting gold. So let's go ahead and just 3 oak here. We'll hold on to the shelter for later. Ooh, we actually have kind of a little bit of a spicy hand here. So we can potentially threaten a shallow water on the back. But it's a little bit weird. We'd have to like pitch the codex, which is maybe not ideal. We do get the free hook, so it ends up being fine. I feel like I enjoy the Huntsman matchup a lot more because they are not like, if you look at their deck, they're like running like 61 cards, which is like a little bit more entertaining. Whereas DGA, it's basically the same turn every turn. I don't know. Like, I think this is like maybe a good topic because I'm working on the video where it's like what makes a Flesh and Blood deck fun. And I think that there's like a stark difference, I guess, between like DGA and Huntsman, where like Huntsman is actively trying to engage with you, right? Like trying to actually like just play out like these 0-for-4s, which have like a risk because you might not hit with them or whatever. Which I think is a lot more compelling than just like swinging the same weapon over and over again to get that fatigue equity. So it's like a bit more engaging, it feels like. I think I am just gonna go ahead and discard the shallow water. We do have the go again, so we could do something cute, but they still have like a bit of block here, so maybe just fine to take our W here and then like Arsenal Codex. Seems good. Oh, this is annoying. They blocked with a cut to the chase last turn, which is a little suspect, given that leave no cut to the chase is a pretty good combo. But that being said, it could just be like another action they have in hand. Probably not, though, because if they had an action when they do block here, here, here. We still have potential bailout with the throw caution, but this could get really bad really fast. This is sus, but I think we still have to make this block. Shred gets us here, but we can at least try to gamble on the throw caution. Okay, no shred is very good. Or no attack react there is very good. This is also not to say that I think like DGA, I don't know. DGA is like a little bit toxic, but I don't think it's like the worst thing in Fab by any stretch of the imagination. I just think it's like from a content perspective, I think people would enjoy if I play something else. Especially like when we're streaming and I can't cut out the dead time. Like if our DGA opponent decides to take like 2 minutes every turn to play the game, and then they like we can't cut out the air, and then I'm just talking with chat while our opponent decides which blue they're gonna pitch to DGA. It's a lot less engaging. I don't know. It's hard being a streamer. Huh. So, oh, they're saying they can't cover this. Oh wow, we just get double hit. Okay, fantastic. Codex of Frailty as the last target is interesting. What does that mean? We'll just go ahead and Arsenal the Kraken because it's good fatigue value. Oh, they have another Codex. Interesting. All DGA games looks the same. All Huntsman games are different. I think that's a good way to phrase it. Like, I'm okay with like fatigue as like fatigue is like a fine game plan in Fab. I'm not like anti-fatigue or anything. It's more so I'm anti DGA specifically on stream. DGA is toxic on stream. Okay, we have a leave no, but I also don't want to block, but I also do want to block. So we have run into a conundrum here. I kind of think I'm okay just giving the trophy shot here, because I do want to just like Arsenal the King Shark for maximum value. Big game trophy shot is like kind of less good on fatigue math than just arsenaling an arrow. And plus this is like a pretty good arrow as well. But yeah, Benjamin, I think you nailed my my feelings just about as good as you could have. DGA is boring unless you are playing a board state deck. That's true. I think like Rose, correct me if I'm wrong, but you kind of just dumpster DGA, right? As gravy, like just with the last ditch like leyline thing.
Yeah, it's you definitely beat them, but like getting to the last ditch effort combo is also like something that you have to set up over the course of the game. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's not boring.
For who was asking about Huntsman in chat earlier? Is that Dog Boy? Dog Boy rocks. I don't know if you're still in chat, but I guess we get an example game if you want to see. Okay, Hammerhead, send 9. We already saw we have one Codex resolved, and then we have another Codex pitch, so the likelihood of this hitting a non-attack is pretty low, but 9 damage is 9 damage. Can't complain. Oh wait, we actually did get a... Or wait, that's an instant, okay. Sure. I don't think they had to play this out right now. Because we would not technically hit there, but sure. I will not complain if they want to give me information. Surgical extraction, razor reflex, and a leave no. Interdusting. Oh, okay, this is gonna get a little bit weird, but we will make do, I suppose. We could actually just like not arsenal here. Is not arsenaling the move? Because I kind of almost just don't even want to try to protect this King Shark. I just kind of want to let it go. Or like I want to just like let them try to threaten my arsenal. I really hope people bring DJ to Atlanta. I think I'm gonna just skip Arsenal. There's like no point in trying Arsenal when we know they have a Razor in hand. I guess potentially just like ruins their whole turn. I will take your vanilla damage with no on hit. Or functionally no on hit. Remember, arsenaling is optional. Are you excited for Atlanta? When is Atlanta? It's like coming up pretty soon, right? Like next month or so. It should be fun. We are moving during that time, so we're not actually going to be able to go there, which is very sad. Also, we didn't like get tickets in the 2-hour window that we had the opportunity to get tickets.
We also did not try to do that.
We also did not try. So like we were never going to Atlanta, but I do kind of wish we the timing would have worked out a little bit better. Could have Arsenal and hope to draw a D-React. Perks of the build. I think that's reasonable, but like we also just like don't have to Arsenal, and then we don't have to like actually care about drawing a D-React. Like maybe we would have drawn a D-React off the top. But like we were almost like never gonna be able to block here. I'll see if I can get an extra sync or two for you. You don't have to worry about that. We're good on syncs probably. But if you're trying to get rid of them, I'd probably take a look at them. Depends on very much on how much the move ends up costing. All right. There's kind of some interesting lines with this hand. I think I kind of want to always just... So we have the option to not play 3-Oak here, but I kind of want to play 3-Oak so that we can hold up Quiver because they haven't seen a Hunter hunted yet. And stopping the silver this early is pretty good. So I'm kind of just halfway tempted to just like play out the Rabble and see what they do. Alright, one on the top. Shelter on top is unfortunate, but also one of the perks of the deck. Oh, we would have drawn the D-React, actually. Whoever said that in chat, you were right. Alright, unfortunate that we whiffed there, but that's fine. Let's kind of just pull a Tunic and then go. I want to hold both of these in case we do want to try to set up an Arsenal here. We know we're drawing into at least one red as well, so we might need to end up pitching. Ooh, okay. A little bit awkward. But maybe also a little bit greedy on my hand, because this deck does run a lot more red, so maybe this is something that Giulio probably wouldn't have done. Fair points. Let's go and just send the battering here. I guess this still like kind of works out. Not the worst. Yeah, I think there's like pros and cons to that play. Of like trying to play the... So I think Murderous Rebel is probably a little bit greedy there, and I also think that there are pros and cons to like arsenaling there. Always love a deck with a good couple decision points, you know. Also, did you know... Okay, here I have some secret Talishar tech. Did everyone know that you could do this on Talishar? Did anyone know that you could do this? Because I had just learned you could do that.
What the hell is that?
Did everyone know you can do this?
What is that? What are you doing?
Public service announcement.
What?
I hope you all use that information wisely.
How did that... What do you do to make that work?
What button? It's right click. So look, I can like put all my cards sideways or upside down.
That's demonic.
Here we go. All right, they're all upside down. You happy, chat? We can now fidget cards online. What have we done? I know, it's truly revolutionary technology. I hope everyone can read upside down. Alright, I'll probably fix that. There we go. The more you know. I think they will just try to shelter this, and if we whip, then it's fine. Or if they try to kunai, then I don't really care. Be my guest. They do want to kunai, sure. Sounds good to me. They do hit the cheating, a little unfortunate. I think I'm gonna just pitch this Codex for later, try to hit a blue here. Alright, blue is excellent. Do they appear sideways when you block? We can find that out. Or I guess, hold on. Can I can't do the same thing on Cannon or Quiver. I think it's just cards in hand. Like, I can't rotate the King Shark on the combat chain. Uh, Let me try rotating a card and then also blocking with the card. We'll try that out, Jacob. Forbidden Talishar tech that I've been teaching you all. Alright, hit with the shark. Very good. Alright, which of these more hit non-attack action cards versus hit cards with base Gogan? We'd rather them have the base Gogan, probably. For science. We will do it for science in a second. Always love some good science. So chat, who has been in the Marlynn Discord today, by the way? Who's been trying to guess the card? Because I gave away a bit of information in the purple chat for Marlynn. So if you want to go there and try to guess the card yourself, I've basically been giving away small words from the card to hope that someone gets it, but maybe I don't think anyone's got it fully yet. But what are we betting the card is, chat? I'm very curious. Ooh, Boulder Trap could be good. That could be fine, I guess. Boulder Trap could be unremarkable. You've been trying to stay out of purple. Also reasonable, Rose. They should have definitely pitched a dagger here, because that'll basically never give them the opportunity to shred ever again. But I still think you're low-key trolling. I've not said anything wrong in purple chat. I will say that. Can only be blocked with 2 cards, 2 reaction cards. Interesting. Good theories in chat. New harpoon that can be a pump and draws you a card. Ooh, okay. I will not comment anything on that. What are we going to do here? Probably just take this and maybe... I think we're just taking this. Just give Marlynn Red in the Ledger already. I don't know if people actually want that as much as they say they want that. I know the Marlynn players want that, but like I don't think that's actually like necessarily a good design. I was around when Red and Ledger was printed, and I don't think that card's necessarily that healthy. Okay, we drew another yellow here.
It's not.
Reveal or riot? Well, you can riot all you want, Benjamin, because LSS tells me when I can release the spoiler. So the spoiler is coming out tomorrow, whether you like it or not. But that being said, if chat is being cooperative, I can reveal one more word from the card, which I will do depending on how excited people are in chat. You can also wait for the end of the stream. It's up to you all, chat. And it's a very specific word on the card that I think will be of interest to people. Let's go and just send 14. Seems good. But yeah, we gave away a lot of the words on the card already. Marlynn needs a pet. It does not have overpower on the card. It's a good guess. But we kind of have that already in the form of our Hammerhead. Okay, Sink Below's fine. Kind of wrecking the Sunsman here a little bit. Alright. Razor Reflex, Shred, Seek the Shifty. We do not care. Sure. Seems good. Yeah, it does not have overpower on the card. But it does have another very interesting word on the card. I think that once people know what this word is, they're going to be a lot more excited about the card.
Is it the?
So we already in Marlynn chat we already discussed that the card does contain the word the. Does not contain the word dominate. That's a good guess, Jacob Maxwell. Please no dominate. I loved Azalea. She was my first love, but Red and Ledger was something really. It really blew my mind when Sudo started playing less than 3 copies. Ben's always on some weird stuff. It's kind of funny. Card was a little bit broken. And yeah, C4 salvage is fine. Kind of want to just win the tempo game first because they're kind of playing a little bit more of an aggressive Huntsman, it looks like. We'll see. I've not seen a ton of D reacts out of them, funnily enough. Let's go ahead and just resolve our trophy shot here. Getting riches is also kind of nice here. So now we just get to send 14. Seems good. Or sorry, send 13 rather. We don't get the arsenal, but that's okay. Could be worse. 13 damage. It's still 13 damage. So we get a time walk, and then we just get to set up King Shark. Very good. Have we gotten the color yet? I have explicitly not said the color. And I don't think I will, because I think that gives away too much. But I will say, did anyone guess companion? No, there is no word companion on the card. I kind of want to almost crack a gold here. It's like Boulder Trap's not incredibly exciting in this position. We like also don't need to crack a gold. I think this is fine. Just send another 10, make them deal with it. No companion, unfortunately. It's a good guess, though. Is the word ally or allies on there? Not that I recall. Again, my memory's a little bit hazy.
You know. You know what it is.
If we keep guessing, we'll eliminate anything that is not on the card. The color is... I don't think the color is in the name.
It's not.
It's not in the name. So you can rule that out, Capomello.
Blue in the ledger.
Alright, does chat want to hear what the one mystery word is?
Oh, make him wait.
Okay, Tegan wants to make you all wait a little bit longer. Does Tegan know what the mystery word is?
I don't know. I don't know what...
Here, I'm gonna send you the mystery word on Discord, Tegan. What do you think of that word?
Ooh.
Tegan's intrigued by that word. What am I gonna do? They're kind of playing like pretty passively here, so I kind of want to just like not be caught up on a bunch of D-reacts. Send our 8 overpower. It's actually C-Map Monster. Is that like the spoiler card or whatever, or like the thing that people were guessing initially for Marlynn when she was like pre-reveal or whatever? Kind of interesting. Alright, block 10, sure. Nice chill Huntsman game here. We haven't resolved a hunter hunted. It's been kind of relaxing, honestly. If you're trolling me and this is a malice card, in which case, well played, madame. That was the troll card initially in a fake leak. Yeah, it's the once fake, now real soon to be spoiled tomorrow card. Okay.
Things a lot.
Things a lot. I think that was also pretty close to what our card is. Would you all be mad if I spoiled Fangs a lot?
You know Fangs a lot's flavor text is a Death Note reference?
Wait, is it?
Yes, it is.
Wait, hold on. Does anyone... Hold on. Fangs a lot?
Fangs, lot.
It's very funny. We can probably just go ahead and like Arsenal Red Lore here and just IP with the quiver. Yeah, but maybe we will be the first people to spoil Fangs a lot.
Yeah. The dragons of Volcor love apples or something like that.
Oh,
Is what it says, which is a line from Death Note.
very funny. Fangs a lot lore. Alright, oh, they have the Hunter Hunted. Cool. Alright, now we get to quiver it, which is nice here. This actually works out pretty well. They found their Hunter Hunteds really late. But I think we also did like a decent job of playing around them, so don't feel too bad. Alright, let's get a King Shark, King Kraken. I guess we can just get all 3 red harpoons, right? Maybe like 1 blue is better there, but whatever. I don't think it matters. I think we're winning this game by a long shot here. Alright, what did they guess? They guessed Portside Exchange, or they guessed Yellowfin Harpoon, which was a bad guess given that we have 200 pitch, but whatever. To each their own. Does it say quiver on it? Wouldn't you like to know, Mr. Comet 73? I can neither confirm nor deny it says quiver on it. Which does not mean anything, because that's my refusal to answer the question. Ugh. Jacob Maxwell, the card does also not say the word gold on it either. I think that one I did actually answer in purple chat already. There are a lot of little hints in purple chat if you all want to go snoop around. Discord? Okay. I'll just say no blocks here.
No, that says discard.
Oh, discard. That's an interesting guess.
It has the word surge on it.
It has the word surge on it? Yeah. I think you might be right on that one.
That would suck.
Surge Marlynn card. I'm gonna hold the blue here just so, by the way, so we can do like red lure into. I guess I don't even have a CNC, but we could do like a leave no. I guess the blue doesn't really matter. The blue is at least load, I guess, for next turn. Seems okay. I don't even always want to be in the mouse chat, lol. I'll leave the Marlyn one alone. Fair enough, fair enough. I was basically griefing the Marlyn chat all day. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of enjoyment just like giving letters and, or sorry, I gave the, what do you call it? I gave the grammar, or like the, not the grammar, what is it called?
What are you
like periods and commas.
Punctuation.
I gave the punctuation of the card. I also gave all of the pronouns, prepositions, conjunctives, conjunctions, rather. What else did I give? I think I also gave away all the articles as well. I think this has been asked, but it has a keyword. I will decline to answer that question. Oh yeah, we hit their Hunter Hunted off the top. Lamau. How does it feel? Yeah, that was a pretty fun game. Yeah, it just feels like consistent Marlyn damage. I don't know. Nothing like flashy, but just very consistent, which is cool. hitting their own, hitting them with their own leave no with go again there is diabolical. Yeah, it's pretty good, right? Riddler is pretty good in that matchup. Not too bad. I understand the rage quit. Reasonable. Yeah, reasonable rage quit. I also think that matchup's like still. I don't know if it's good for us, but it's like fine. I think it's a lot better if you're just running D-Reacts as well. I don't know. The D-Reacts seem like it pushes that matchup kind of over the edge. All right, chat. Do we want to know the mystery word? Or Tegan, should I wait longer?
No, wait longer.
Wait longer.
Many people keep guessing.
I look away for 1 second. And I see leave no being played. LOL.
Oh, did you get them with the?
Yeah, I got them with the leave no.
Riddler's so cool.
Riddler's pretty cool.
I like that card a lot.
Card is pretty sweet. All right, let's run Trench. Probably just bring in our D-Reacts again. Run a clean 60. Seems good. Oh, no, Instant Quiver is probably better. Wait till the last minute right before you cut the stream, okay. But I do, okay, the stipulation with that, Rose, stipulation with that, Rose, is that someone has to go immediately post it in purple chat to mess with them. That's my only requirement. All of this needs to lead to griefing purple chat. So someone in chat's got to volunteer. Ooh, flow state embodiment. Interesting. I almost wonder if I should like hold a blue here and like give up the Kraken, but Kraken's still like pretty good. Not Rose says not it. That's fair enough. I wasn't suggesting you, Rose. I was suggesting someone else in chat. You're too important.
You're never gonna believe what I figured out.
What'd you figure out?
The tree farm.
Oh. Wait, what did you do differently?
I used a better machine.
Oh. Fair enough. Tegan and I have been playing Minecraft together, which has been very funny. Okay, let's go ahead and crack a gold here. Hope for a blue. If we don't hit a blue, then we are sad, but we hit a blue because we are good at the game.
I'll go with Marlynn chat and say Aurora is going to reveal more about the card.
I think it's beneath you, Rose, to go into purple chat.
I'm going to do it.
Tegan's gonna do it? Wait, Tegan's going. Are you like going in purple chat right now?
Yeah, I'm just saying Aurora's planning on revealing more about the card on stream. You should come watch.
Okay. Oh, you're griefing them right now.
Yeah. I mean, then they'll come to the stream and we'll get more views, and then we can grief them there.
Does the card have the words face down? That's a good question. I do not believe it does. If I'm still up, I'll do it, but I might be asleep. Fair enough, Giulio. Or sorry, Julio. God, what is wrong with me today? Okay, I cannot say words today. That's on me. All right, starting with the Rush of Power. Does the card have art? The card does have art. I think the card actually, in fact, has very good art.
I said Aurora's planning on revealing more about the spoiler on stream right now. You should watch.
Right now?
Right now. Well,
no, are we doing it right now?
No, don't reveal it right now. Just wait for them to show up and then just torture them for a little while longer until you finally reveal it.
All right. Once we get like a little riot going in chat, then maybe I'll reveal the card.
Art of the Dragon Harpoon.
Art of the Dragon Harpoon.
That isn't really. That would be sick.
That would be sick.
That would be sick.
I guess the question is how much damage do we think they're gonna end up sending here? I guess we'll just block, but I could also see blocking being bad here. Oh, if it's just Lightning Surge, then we don't care. Alright, let's go ahead and get it, cash in our boots value. Just before we end up losing it eventually. 30 people just dropped by?
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
I did see like two people.
Two people definitely joined
the stream though. Which,
we'll see.
So like, yeah, who knows?
And remember, you are getting one singular word, and that is it. And that is the last hint until tomorrow. Alright, Scarab Kraken. The awkward part is we can't be as aggressive in this matchup because we just don't have as many buffs in the deck. But it still ends up working out. It is fine. Alright, Shelter, Path of Same Ends, Exude. So they could have covered this if we tried to hook, so good to know. Sure. What do you think? What do you say is Marlyn's worst matchup and why? Hero / class? I think it's Valda and by a long shot. Like not even close. I think Valda is like demonstrably the worst matchup, and I think the main reason is because just the Dominate is so hard to deal with. Let's go ahead and use our quiver here. Really good quiver opportunity. I think it's like Valda in the sense that I think that matchup is like not techable within reason. It feels like that matchup is like you need so much tech in order to make it work, and then even if you're running the tech, it's like kind of bad. I don't know. Oh, we got snaps here. That's really good for us. Yeah, Valda also got a buff in the matchup too. I mean, like the Valda matchup basically went from 0% to 0%, so I don't think I necessarily care, but it is definitely something to worry about. Especially if like she becomes more popular, then it gets a little bit worse for us, right? Alright, so we know the last card's Shelter. So we're hoping for like a better arrow off the top here, but Lupin will suffice if need be. Like, I think any other matchup, like, Marlynn is just fine into. Like, I think Valda is like the only deck that's like true unwinnable. I'm kind of tempted to also just like set the Target Pit Trap here. Like maybe just take like a little bit of a blockout turn next turn. Seems okay. Yeah, like I think Valda is like unwinnable against a good pilot. That being said, okay, actually not entirely true. I think if they're playing like a very specific variant of Valda, which is like very defensive, and they're also running like a lot of the crush cards that you can't like deal with the Dominate, then yeah, it's pretty rough. Marlyn's worst matchups are Valda, the Mirror, and Fang. I think Fang is like on a different level than Valda, though, is at least my opinion. Like Fang feels like it's doable if you just like catch them on like a bad hand. Because it's just like a numbers matchup, right? But like Valda is like there's something wrong with the matchup, kind of, is what it feels like. Okay, so we have a Rune Chant. I think this is going to be another blockout situation. So we will... This is still really weird, though. Interesting. Huh. It's like an awkward hand. Maybe we weren't supposed to pitch there and we were supposed to let them have it. Also possible. Kind of like taking it off turn here for no reason. Sorry, I got distracted by chat. Yeah, you can't win without... You can kind of win without drawing cards, but it's, like, really rough. I don't know. That's, like, kind of my nightmare matchup. I think I'm just gonna, like, trench away the Tar Pit and just, like, Arsenal King Shark here. Kind of want to see what they do on their side. Alright, the Rab. I feel like we're incentivized to take this in case they do end up having, like, a scar tissue or something. Also, we don't necessarily want to block with a trophy shot here. At least Gravy has a board state to help him into Valda, and, like, Gravy has D-Reacts, right? Like, I think Gravy does okay in the Valda, at least. Alright, getting their Serenade, sure. I think that last turn might have been wrong. Sorry, I kind of got distracted. Trying to think what we would have done, like, differently, though. It's hard. 4 here. See what they got here. Looks like they got a pretty good turn. Alright, so the fry, sure. Send me the bill. Alright, Scorpio, I think we will attempt to block here, though. Alright, we can at least kind of hook with impunity here, hopefully. Then just like block 6, set up Codex next turn. That is the hope, assuming that we don't brick off a D-React here, which we don't, which is fantastic. It is nice being able to run D-Reacts, especially into like these more aggressive matchups like Aurora. But yeah, I think Valda is like the only true unwinnable. Oh shit, overlay. Sorry, Cameron Stewart. Thank you for mentioning that. That's my bad. On me, sorry. I think the auto switch I had set up earlier broke, so I need to like go back and fix it at some point. My bad. Thank you, Cameron Stewart. If I do it again, let me know. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. The 10 is like after we deal damage, right? Okay. Let's go and just take the path. Seems fine. If you don't see my overlay, send me the bill in this economy. I know. All right, this hand's good. Send me the bill. That's what I say, like, when I guess like I don't care. Just like deal as much damage as you want. I'm gonna just wreck your turn next turn. That's how I kind of think about it. But yeah, thank you for helping me fix my overlay. I appreciate you. All right, 5 goes. Interesting. So just like take cover this. See what they do next. Stinging Sprite. Sure. Block another 3. We do give them back, I think, a, what here? We give them back the Lightning Surge, probably. But that's, like, fine. Don't think I necessarily care. And they have 2 armor block, but, like, 2 armor block plus 1 Diriac plus 3 block does not cover, so I think I'm still going to go for Hook here. They could punish with, like, double Diriac block, but then we're stripping the whole hand, so it doesn't really matter, and then it's, like, kind of fine. See what they got here. Okay, no other blocks, so we get our choice between a Lightning Surge and a second strike. I think we'll go and just take the Surge. We might as well arsenal the Burdens of the Past. Seems okay. Alright, they're sending him for 3 here. We probably just want to hold all the cards here. Just take a little bit of damage. Try to close out the game. Oh, they do want to play the second strike. I guess that makes sense, sure. So I guess we can like go and take cover here. Kind of makes sense that they don't want to arsenal. Seems good to me. So what do we have for burdens targets? I think we have that one sink below, or we have 1 shelter, and that's it. So maybe we catch them on the hand with the 1 shelter. Oh, I guess, hold on. Whoops. Actually, I don't even think we want to play the burdens out. Hold on. Okay, I think we want to like trench the burdens away. Trenching the burdens for 1 extra resource actually seems a bit better here. Trophy shot. Let's crack 1 more gold. Shallow water's not bad. Might just go for the kill here. Shelter is like a little bit awkward. This is greedy, but I'm gonna go for it. Okay. Like, cracking gold is so much harder with this deck. Like, you cannot be as aggressive as I'm used to being with gold. Feels like you have to be very, very careful about the spots you pick to crack gold. I still think it was, like, kind of worth it there, but a little bit of diminishing returns. Okay, they did have the sink, but the burden's funny enough. Don't think I would have done anything against the sink there. You do be aggressive. I think it's like good to aggressively crack gold though. Oh, don't want to block with that one. Probably just end up tar pitting this turn. Alright, go, tar pit, go. I'm gonna ideally hold this hand, but we might not get the luxury. Could also just like get rid of the king shark because we don't necessarily need it to win. We could just like send any harpoon and then just like insulate ourselves against random lightning press and or burn up shock off the top or something like that. Seems okay. I think aggressive gold cracking is fun. That's what I will say. Not always good, but it's always fun. So we can go off 8'B here, which I think is reasonable. Stay functionally at 4, and then I don't think there's anything. They already use 1 burn up shock, so they can't even like triple burn up shock us or something like that. So it should be safe. Yeah, let's go ahead and crack some gold, see if we can find. Oh, we just find a king shark. Okay, that's funny. Will we be able to cast it though? I guess is the main question. It looks like we can. All right, go king shark, go. Yeah, this deck still works like perfectly fine. Like it's like a decent enough Marlynn deck that you can just like still kind of have similar play patterns. I think the only main thing I'm learning, also 15 value per turn, very nice. The one thing I'm kind of learning is you do just have to kind of be a little bit cautious of like how you choose to crack gold. You have to be like a little bit less aggressive here. Avasti mateys. Hey, Havoc in chat. How's it going? Killing it with that last video as always. Let's do one more and then let's do one more. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spoil the one word from the card that we were talking about earlier. So that'll be at the end of this game. Yeah, I usually watch these games and I'm like, sure, just crack 3 gold into blues. But today I don't think we have hit 2 blues in a row, which means nothing, but it's kind of scary. I think that's right, Giulio. I think you have to be like a little bit more aggressive. I love teasers. Well, we have a very exciting card. So I've spoiled some of the words from the spoiler card today, like in the purple Marlynn chat, if you want to go digging for them, Havoc. But I gave all the pronouns, articles, conjunctions, prepositions in the card. And then I also gave away that we have the word is. Also, I don't know if I want to play the Marlynn here.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
All right, we'll end on a hollow game. This one's fun. Okay, so let's go and do our hollow board. Opponent's going first. Not running Honing Hood hurts me inside, but that's fine.
The Marlynn chat, by the way, looked like the Silk Song subreddit today with how much you.
I thought it was hilarious. Okay, so we're gonna try to go for fatigue here. Do we even want to bring in King Shark? Hold on, I'm gonna copy Smioz's homework real quick. Or no, sorry, we're playing against Warrior, right? Warriors. 62. Oh, we are running King Shark as well. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna fat deck like even harder here potentially. Maybe we bring in like 2 King Sharks. 8-3 is fine. Let's just like fat deck and see where it goes. I think that seems reasonable. Silk Song DLC out? I don't know. Is it out? Could be out. Who knows? All right, they're running 63. We're running 65. So our ratios are also going to be a little bit off because we're doing this, but so be it. Let me switch my overlay, by the way. I've been watching the stream from the start at 2x speed. I am finally caught up. Nice, Brixius. Welcome to the chat. Tegan, it was not announced an hour or so ago.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, the Silk Song DLC?
Yeah, that was.
Oh, that was actually?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Fascinating. Sure, I believe you.
Why would I lie?
You lie about everything. Our relationship is built on mistrust and deception.
I am not a pathological liar.
All right, we get to start with the King Shark 3.
Books of Hollow Nest. Oh, that's the. Oh yeah, now you can tell I'm lying because I have no idea what any Silk Song stuff is.
Okay, yeah, Tegan's gaslighting chat.
Yeah,
the word is not Bugs of Hollow Nest, as far as I know. The teaser's for a Riftbound card, right? Potentially. I've been hearing a lot of good things about Riftbound from the Runaways podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna swap over to doing that at some point. That seems to be the move.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the card. Well, you have to wait until tomorrow to see the card. But I do think the spoiler video came out pretty good, so put your notifications on for that.
Also, people, you better watch the spoiler video. We worked really hard on it.
God damn it, they're both lying. Exactly what a pathological liar would lie about.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Tegan didn't do anything wrong. Alright, Jagged Edge provokes, sure. That is fine.
I've never lied in my life.
Tegan has never lied in their life. You gotta believe them.
But we did work really hard on that video, so if I find out that you caught the spoiler by looking at the spoiler channel on Discord or something like that and not watching the video, I'm gonna be really upset at you.
Question here is whether I want to actually play out this Tip the Barkeep or whether I just want to like block 6 and let them IP with the Jagged Edge. I think I'm gonna just block 6, make it simple. Fortunately, no yellows to turn over, which would have been a little bit better, but they're at least IPing here, which is fine. Get our kind of pseudo 3 value there.
It is not 100 beers.
100 beers? It's a lot of beers.
That's what someone said.
You'll watch the spoiler video multiple times on all my alts. That's the commitment that I expect out of my viewers.
Having an alt account, that's pretty cool.
I had an alt account on Talishar for a while, just to like mess
Well, you
around.
did that because you were like, oh, people always say like, oh, you're Aurora from Flesh and Bad, and like you're just trying to kind of like grind games.
Cody Davis says, I'll watch the video. I'm also a pathological liar. I respect that.
Pathological.
Pathological. I can't say words today.
You gotta.
So mean today.
I'm not mean.
Alright, who wants to know what the mystery word is in chat? The
You're
mystery
gonna say-
word on the spoiler card.
You're gonna say at the end of the game.
Am I going to say it at the end of the game? I could say it now.
Say it at the end of the game.
Alright, Tegan wants me to say it at the end of the game.
Participate in chat to see the spoiler.
You're not going to see the spoiler. You're going to see a word of the spoiler
See the word
from my
hear
mouth.
the word of the spoiler with your eyes, with your balls.
Aim counter. It does not have an aim counter on it.
It's a good guess.
That is a good guess.
I don't think I've seen someone make that guess yet.
Participate is also not a word. Kind of want a 3-0 here. We'll see. Ooh, burdens. I think it's probably safer to not burdens here. We can also say that for like later in the game. Later in the game seems fine. We can also potentially look to shuffle here, but I kind of don't want to shuffle just yet. That seems okay. Could it be a boat? It might be a boat. I can neither confirm nor deny that. Does it have a 3 in the text box? It does not have a 3 in the text box. It is a Ranger card, I will say that. Cody, if you are excited about Ranger cards, it is in fact a Ranger card. But what flavor of Ranger card is anyone's guess?
Legendary Azalea Specialist.
Does it have more than one paragraph? I think technically it has one paragraph of text. I really like the spoiler video that revealed the Jarl cards. That was a cool video. Ours is a little bit shorter than that, so hopefully it should be good. Does it have the word pirate on the card? Wouldn't you like to know, Jacob Maxwell?
Does it have Voltaire text and non-elemental?
Voltaire text and non-elemental. Ooh, that's a good guess. But not
So-
quite.
Legendary Azalea Specialization.
If someone guesses the card correctly in chat,
4 of a kind.
I will be very surprised and also want to know how you hacked my computer.
We'll tell you exactly what it is if you can guess it.
You have to guess it, like, say the exact text of the card.
Yeah, you have to get the title correct. You have to
Also,
get...
I probably should be sending Shallow Water there, but probably doesn't matter. 1 damage is 1 damage. Maybe it forces through the cheating on hit. They have Crown of Province. They can always block it anyways. It's fine. So kind of winning this game by a decent percentage, it feels like.
Does it have a reminder in the text box? Does it have a number in the text box that is not a defense value?
It does not. So also for the purposes of the words that I've revealed so far, I'm talking exclusively about the text box. I'm not talking about the type line or the defense or pitch values or also the card name. My question is it going to be an only a Marlin card, or can Riptide gamers have fun? That's a good question.
Riptide gamers never have any.
Yeah, Riptide gamers never have any fun.
It's been never ending suffering.
All right, Burning Blade's a little scary here. We have a potential for getting Beckoned here, which I don't love, but I guess they do have the Frailty. Don't know that we can necessarily stop a Beckon turn here, though. But the other question is, like, do we have anything we can actually do on our turn? Nothing crazy, but let's see what they got. Hopefully no Beckon. Does it have the word all? No, I do not believe it does.
I don't think it does either.
I do not think it does. I guess we could try to block a little bit here, but I feel like blocking's so pointless. Like block one card, but they clearly didn't have the Beckon, otherwise I feel like they would have played it earlier. Maybe they don't have the Beckon. We could like prevent the Beckon guaranteed by blocking two, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm gonna just pass.
Is there a car on the card?
Is there a car like Carlin Theory? That would be a very fast turnaround if they went from Carlin Theory to putting a car on the card.
Is it the prophesized James White card?
Is it the prophesized James White card? I do not
have no way of knowing.
We have no way of knowing. That's some good information off the top. Sunken is kind of a bad draw here. So I think unfortunately we do have to make a Goldfin here. No great way around that. It's at least fine. I guess we can like resolve a tip the barkeep, although I don't imagine we're probably going to be doing much with it this game. Not give them a gold. Whole tunic. I guess just Arsenal Burdens. I don't love this. Kind of a little bit of a stinker of a hand. Can this card make my opponents cry? I think the answer to that is yes. Almost definitively, they will cry.
Funny you mention it. You should watch the video tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, Burdens and Spicy include.
Very curious if the OG pilot believed in blocking more than you. Possibly. You're not a huge blocker.
Yeah, blocking is for nerds. That's my opinion. I probably actually would have blocked a little bit more there. I think you're probably right in chat, by the way. That you probably do want to block a little bit more, especially in this matchup. But I think it's fine. It is fine. Sharpening Sparks. So if this has been so when this hits, it gets sharpened and then they give it Gogan. Okay, interesting. Sure. Guess we don't care about that. This is fine. It's 4 of a kind, isn't it? Potentially. Who is to say? I think if we blocked a little bit more last turn, that would have been definitely a lot better. Questioning whether or not I want to use this just yet. I think taking 4 here is okay. I do have to like play this matchup, I think, a little bit like fundamentally different than I do normally, which is the thing that I'm kind of discovering here. Blocking is for Guardians, true. Yeah, this might actually be a pilot issue here, by the way, if I do end up losing this, which I'm not saying necessarily I am, but I do think that it is a little bit different. We will see. We do have like take cover though, so maybe it's fine. Cash in 2 Marlynn edition. Does the card have similar text to a current piece of legendary equipment? Not that I know off the top of my head. It does have similarities to some existing cards in the game, though. It's very similar to, I think, 2 or 3 cards that already exist. It's like a blend of those two cards. Out of 5, how would you rate the new card or cards? I would rate it a 5 out of 5, as in I think it's a good card. I think here's a controversial thing. I think that people will sleep on the card, and the card will actually end up being really good. Is my opinion. I think that the card is a lot better than it looks. This is so much fun. This is what I was doing in purple chat all day. It was a lot of fun. But I think that people will sleep on the card or not fully get it, and then once people like get it, they'll be like, "Oh, this card's actually like pretty good." All right, they do not have a flurry here. They also blocked with the CNC. They might have like another CNC here. I'm like a little scared of another CNC, but I think I'm still gonna be greedy anyways. Okay, they do have another CNC. Damn, punished. Not even that punished, though. This is, like, still fine. Just block 6 here. We're doing all this Marlynn speculation, and it's just a Riptide card. Who knows? Aren't some Riptide cards potentially Marlynn cards?
5. You know what it is you think. What do you think?
What do you think?
You have to say it in chat.
You gotta say it in chat. You can't just think. You have to know. We draw a Kraken finally, which is nice.
It's not new Lexi.
It is not new Lexi.
We could just say that. Please don't. Please don't get in trouble for that. That's already a card.
I think that is already. Isn't that a Riptide card?
It's Barbed Undertow, I think.
Barbed Undertow. Hold on. Is that? Hold on. Fact check. No, that's the other. You're thinking of hold on, aim counter. I know what this card is. It's
Yeah, it's a card that it definitely.
It's a mobilizing shot, right?
It is. Is it a mobilizing?
I believe it's a mobilizing shot, or maybe immobilizing doesn't care about encounters. Immobilizing. Did I miss it?
It's something.
Yeah, it's a mobilizing shot.
Okay. Well, I was right. It was a card that already existed.
Yeah. Golden Bauble.
Platinum Bauble.
Platinum Bauble. It is not Immobilizing Shot. Immobilizing Shot is a card that is already in the system.
That would suck.
That would suck.
Here's a spoiler, a reprint.
Yeah.
Of a card that people,
don't really play.
Didn't really care about.
Oh, let me switch my overlay back.
That'd be rough.
That'd be a little rough. Immobilizing Harpoon, Giulio? Potentially. Who is to say? Create a golden harpoon on hit. Immortalizing Shot. Does the card contain the word can't? I believe it does not contain the word can't.
Let me double check.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't. We've already had one immobilizing shot. What about a second? These are all good guesses in chat.
Yeah, it is not a can't card.
Hold on, let me see if I can recap what words I've spoiled already. Let me, because this is kind of funny for people who don't want to read through purple. Let me see. I'm gonna like copy this into a notepad if I can find it. Let me see if I can find the recap someone posted. Activating Hollow, sure. Sorry, I'm kind of like tuned out of this game. I'm distracted by the allure of the spoiler. Okay, hold on. Where is... Someone did a recap of it. Okay, so here it is. I think this is from Fyro, by the way, who has been keeping track. Okay, so this is all of the words on the card that I have revealed so far. Are you ready, chat? These are all the words.
Tegan, read the card out loud just so we know for sure what can.
There are 3 thises, 2 thes, 2 withs, 1 you, 1 your, 1 it, 1 a, 1 and, 1 as, 1 when, 1 while, 1 in, and 1 is. Those are the words I've revealed so far from the card. So in other words, good luck trying to figure that out. Can I buy a vowel? Yes, you can buy a vowel, Havoc. What vowel do you want? Yeah, that's basically half the words on the card. I don't understand how Purple Chat hasn't actually gotten it yet. It's kind of crazy. Maybe Purple Chat doesn't want the spoiler bad enough. I don't know.
You need to practice wanting it more.
Yeah, y'all gotta want it more. That's all I gotta say. You just don't want it enough. F, wait, that isn't a vowel. Yeah, I'll give you a vowel. You already have a lot of vowels for what it's worth. You have I, E, O. I think you have all of them. I guess you don't have a Y. Or no, you do have a Y. Never mind. We have all the vowels.
Y is only sometimes a vowel.
Is, if, and, than, this, is, if, when, this is arsenal. Oh yeah, I did reveal that the card also, so actually let me add that as a word. So there is also one word that says arsenal on it.
I just heard you start reading is, if, and, a, and I'm like, oh, you're dying.
Yeah, I'm having a stroke. I am patient. I don't want to spoil the card in whole. That's fair. Sulmanite 6938 cracked it. Let's hear it. And oh yeah, there's at least one. So there's 1 to X of the word card. At least one of the word card. When this attacks, if you've activated can this turn, this gets while this is attacking, opponents can't activate instants. Ooh, interesting. But not quite. That is a good theory.
A game theory.
Oh wait, does it let you reuse? We already have a card that lets us reuse the cannon. We have
Monkey Powder.
No, not Monkey Powder, the other one. Fire in the Hole, I think.
Fire in the Hole.
Fire in the Hole. I want a blue here. We have a blue, excellent. Might actually even hit an attack action based on the Hollow's deck here. We could hit like an Overcrowded or a CNC or something. Ripple. Some options. They can't play cards from Arsenal. That is an interesting theory. Donnie Dynamo joining late. Like the stream, ye salty dogs. Thank you, Donnie.
You should go like the premiere tomorrow.
You should also, more importantly than liking the stream, go like the premiere.
Leave a comment.
Yeah, leave a comment what you theorize the card is going to be.
And then go watch it, because we think the video is actually pretty good, and
yeah.
I think people will like it.
Yeah, the video is pretty funny. I like it. Well, let me switch back to the other. I keep doing this. Okay, hold on. Switching back to the other overlay. I sure hope LSS doesn't mind minding the teasing. I don't think they mind. I'm not like giving.
You're not gonna guess it.
Yeah, you're not gonna guess it based on what I'm saying. Is what I'm theorizing. I'm trying not to give away the card. I'm trying to. All right, so there's like a difference here between me spoiling the card in its entirety a day early and me teasing what like I'm trying to build hype here. Is the
like if you get like. It'd be like saying, like, oh, you could get hit by a meteor. It's like, I guess you could.
Yeah, I guess you could.
But, like, you're not going to.
Yeah.
Not with the clues you have.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, Cody, that's a good way to phrase it as well. Blade Flurry is also really annoying. This is potentially a bit sketchy.
Brain Razors 2. What if it's that? Ooh.
I guess we put it on Brains. Sure. This is also why I'm like not the biggest fan of Boulder Trap, by the way, is because like sometimes by the time you cast it, it's like 0 for 4, which is fine, but not like anything crazy.
What if you put it on? Why so they can't.
No, they can still like potentially move up the counters off of it, right?
But they would take like 2 separate turns. That's a good point.
That's fair. It's kind of a big turn here, though. Yeah, this is. I think I'm probably am playing this a little bit wrong, but that's okay. I think this is like kind of a configuration I'm not necessarily used to.
Aurora, does it contain the word banish?
Does it contain the word banish? I do not believe it contains the word banish.
On hit, banish the opponent.
On hit, banish the opponent. Potentially Benjamin. That's a good guess. Still potentially winnable from this position, but a little sus. A little sus. Seeing all of our 3 oaks, we have 1 codex left. So the ways to cheat resources are a little lacking here. Yeah, this might. I don't think this matchup's bad, at least with my other config, but this might be a matchup I need to like relearn if this becomes like the new kind of standard of Marlyn. This might be just a deck familiarity issue, which is okay. Does it help the Valda matchup? Interesting. Maybe?
I doubt it.
Probably not enough. I don't think it's bad in the Valda matchup, though. I'll leave it at that, Cody. Alright, I want to hit here also, because if we do get something juicy here, we can maybe come back this game, but it's a little rough. Does Fangs a lot help the Valda matchup? It improves it from 0 to 0. Yeah, that's a good way. Good way to phrase it. Alright, ooh, we do connect, okay. Put him in a 1. Close game. Ooh, shove off is really annoying. Okay, this is an interesting. Oh, this is really weird. Okay, so we have 2 options here, basically. The shove off means we have to block 6, but this means we also have to block 6. If you would sharpen a Zenith blade, you may pay 1 and destroy this. So I think we have to block 6 regardless, but then I think this way lets them use the rebrace, or the rebrace, or whatever it's called. If I'm not mistaken. So I think we take the sword one, right? And then we just have to block 6 here. Which kind of stinks, but maybe lets us close out the game.
Is it a tech card or a main board card? You said it was a starboard card.
I said it was a starboard card.
Which is the right side of the boat.
Yeah, it's the right side of the boat, in case anyone didn't know.
Hey, it's a secret. You should go watch the video tomorrow.
Yeah, we asked if the card says harpoon anywhere on it. If the card did say harpoon on it, I would probably not tell you. Is my answer to that. But if it did, I would not tell you. Alright, I need one more blue off the top and we win this game. No! Okay, that's fine. Is this winnable from this position? Dicey? We might have punted this game. That's okay. Still a close game. If we had the blue, I think we actually win there, probably. Maybe. Oof. We were too aggressive. Does the art contain a pirate? I don't think it does. Depends what you define as a pirate. It's a quiver. Could be a quiver. Could also not be a quiver. Well, this is good for defending, I guess, the shove off. But we don't really have much we're doing with it. I guess we can, like, make them use it. Seems okay. Kind of hilarious. I might have punted at some point this game. Maybe it was like the gold cracking or something. We're not like technically losing this one, but we're probably losing this one. We'll see. I have hope that we can clutch it here. Maybe. Depends how bad their next hand is, I would say. Nice Arsenal the Yellowfin here. There is some cope and some hope. When this attacks, if you've activated a cannon this turn, this gets, when this is attacking, defense reactions and activated ability costs opponents one more. No. Does card return the word wagered? Also no, I believe. Does the card have any number in its text box? I think I answered that one in purple, but I will answer it again. There's no number in the text box. That is not counting the stat line of the card. So pitch, attack, block, and the cost of it, I am not counting as numbers. Or I'm not counting as numbers for the purposes of answering that question. Does the card contain the word meeps? That is a good question, but no. Y'all are forgetting the fact that the word arsenal is in there. It's true. People are forgetting the word arsenal. Arsenal is a pretty important word.
When you arsenal your meeps.
When you arsenal your meeps get go again. We might not be dead here. Kind of hilarious. Oh, we're dead. Unfortunate. I could have actually blocked with it. No, blocking with the tunic doesn't work though. Okay, they got us. GG's. That was a close one. I think with a little bit more practice, I can probably get that matchup. So we are finished with the game, and now we will give away the final word. Are you all excited, chat? So I'm going to basically end the stream as soon as I reveal this word. Are you ready?
The Krabby Patty secret formula is...
The Krabby Patty secret formula. Who is excited for the word? Also, did I give away anything else? I'm trying to think if I give away anything else. I guess, like, no numbers in the text box. Okay, that's like an assumption. Oh yeah, I did give away this. There are 2 periods, and there are also 2 commas. So this is all the information you have. Yeah. Let's go. Hold on, sorry. What does that say in chat? Let's go. Plankton. Okay.
Plankton.
Are you ready for the word, chat?
You get ready to end the stream.
Yeah, I'm hovering over the end stream button as soon as I see that this is actually conveyed to chat. Are you ready? There is one word on the card. And the word on the card. Don't forget to post this in purple chat so we can get them stirred up. Are you ready?
No, don't post it in purple chat. Tell them to go watch the video.
Or tell them don't let them win.
Don't tell them when it's
Yeah.
getting spoiled. Just like make them watch the variant.
All right. Are you ready, chat? Are we ready? Okay, I think we're ready. The word starts with a D, has an I in it. SCARD. That is the word. The word is discard. I will see you all in the spoiler video tomorrow. Goodbye and good night. See you later.